Hi everyone. Today I'm going to show you how I use my Simplicity bias tape maker to make different sizes of bias tape. This maker, this is one of the older ones from like 10 years ago. It comes with, I think the one today comes with a bunch of different sizes of tips. I have the 1 1/4 inch quilt binding tip, which I use all the time. And then I've also got a 1 inch tip, a 3/4 inch tip, and a 1/2 inch tip. So today I'm going to use the 1 inch and the 1/2 inch. It should also come with some of these little tubes that you can roll your tape around. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. It's got a little clip here that you can use to get started. So I'll put a little bit of fabric under the tip and then start rolling everything back onto the tube. You'll want to do it to where if you have any seams on this, the seams are on the inside, but then you basically just roll the whole thing up and then you're ready to go. You could bring it down to unclip it like this if you want to, but technically you don't have to. And as soon as this heats up all the rest of the way, then we'll get started. Your fabric tube goes right here, and then your 1 inch tip is going to go here, but don't put it down yet. First, you need to push the fabric through. So I'm going to grab some of this, and then you basically start inserting it and then just wiggle it until it comes through. Some fabric is easier to get through than others. It's especially hard if you have a seam right here. So try to get an end without a seam and then just wiggle this guy until it comes all the way through. Okay, once you've got it through, pull it out a little bit, then you can clip it down. And then this part is your hot part. So you push it to the right and lift it up, and you can see the hot plate down there. This is also hot. Don't touch any of that. Grab your fabric and pull it through so that you can close it without getting burnt. And then you're set up. So from here, you can press run. And what comes out will be single fold bias tape. So here you can see it's folded it under in each direction once and ironed it for you. Nice and easy. You can hear when it goes through a seam. It usually doesn't do too bad with the ironing through the seam, but it slows down a little bit as it's pushing it through. When it's done, press run to stop it, and there you go. There's your single fold bias tape. If you want to double fold it, you would fold it once more and do it under your iron. Okay, so I did forget. So you've got this little hole right here. You can push through a little bit on this hole on the top. Come on. And then pull it through up here. So that's a big help. Now you'll notice that this part didn't end up getting folded over, and so I'm going to pull it through a little bit more. There we go. Now they're both folded over. So I'm going to clip. I'm going to pull this through and then hit run. And now what you've got here is 1 inch single fold bias tape. It got a little wonky here, but then it straightened itself out, and you've got some beautiful 1 inch bias tape, single fold bias tape. Here, from here, you could fold this in half again and get 1/2 inch double fold bias tape if you went through and pressed this again. But this is 1 inch single fold bias tape as is. So yeah, that's the Simplicity bias tape machine. I really, really love it. I think it's worth the investment, especially if you make a lot of bias tape or quilt binding. It's basically one of my favorite accessories that I have in my sewing room. So thanks. Let me know if you have any questions.